Coming up, an NFL insider drops a new Shedeur Sanders update on all the trade rumors going around surrounding him. And then some major Deshaun Watson updates. One that's not very good from the offseason, and another that, will make you feel a little bit better. Welcome into the Browns Report, presented by Prize Picks. I am your host, Joey O'Donoghue. Excited to be here talking Browns football with you all. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not already. And the first thing I said we do is start with that Shedeur Sanders trade rumor update. So let's look at what James Palmer, NFL insider, had to say about these rumors. Right now, Shedeur is making up ground. He has closed the gap. Shedeur Sanders is improving in terms of his pocket presence, going through his progressions, all the stuff that you need to play effective NFL quarterback. We know that he's an accurate QB when he's on his game. We know that there are question marks coming out of the draft. My understanding is they don't have any intention on trading Shedeur Sanders. I think both these quarterbacks, Watson and Shedeur, are going to be on the Browns roster come start of the season. He has not caused any problems behind the scenes. That is very telling, the second part of that quote. The Browns have no intention to trade Shedeur Sanders, and he has not caused any issues behind the scenes. I haven't seen that either. The way Shedeur talks at the press conferences, it seems like he is totally taking this the right way, and it's not going to be a blow-up, fiery reaction of if he's not named the starter, okay? No, in fact, Shedeur has shown a great mentality lately. We're also hearing he's improving a lot of things that he needs to improve on behind the scenes. So whether he's QB1 or QB2, he'll be on the Browns roster, it seems like to me. And why would they trade Shedeur Sanders? I mean, Monken says he likes both the quarterbacks. He likes Watson. He likes Shedeur. He thinks both of them can win games. This is according to Todd Monken. Sanders is making those strides. And so if you're trading a quarterback, Gabriel's the odd man out here, clearly. Monken likes these two. They fit his style of play. Gabriel really doesn't. And so even if Sanders isn't the starter right away, even if he is quarterback 2, he's a solid backup, especially in the eyes of Todd Monken. I'm much more comfortable with Shedeur having to get into a game than Gabriel having to get into a game. All right? So it makes much more sense for Cleveland to keep Shedeur on this roster this year and not explore these trade rumors. So I'm glad that the update is that they have no intention to do this. And quite frankly, it wouldn't make sense why they would, those rumors in the first place. Then James Palmer talked about the two different arguments for Watson and Shedeur starting. I mean, here's what we're hearing a lot lately on this decision. It is easier to go from Deshaun to Shedeur than the other way around. That's what some folks are thinking, which it does feel like that adds up, right? It's easier to do that. Just see what Deshaun's got for a couple games, and then you're like, all right, clearly he's still terrible. Let's put Shedeur back in. Some, though, and this is my take, think that if it is a close quarterback battle, choose the guy who is under contract, okay, and young, and evaluate him before 2027. I have been saying that for the longest time now, right? Watson's not a part of this team in the future. Shedeur could be. So why not play him if the battle is close? See what you got instead of just not seeing what you have in Shedeur and going back to Watson for some reason. But then there's the other side of it where Deshaun Watson is a massive investment for the Cleveland Browns. Money, financial-wise, draft pick-wise, give up 3 first-round picks plus to trade for him. It's the last year of his deal. So you could see why there are a lot of different tales to this, right? Mine is the one in the middle. We'll see what the Browns will like to do. But ultimately, my take on what I think will happen and unfold is I think we see both quarterbacks play this year. I do think that the Browns have been trending in this Watson direction for a while now. Now, Shedeur could easily win this job because apparently the reports where Watson was well ahead in the spring, Shedeur has closed that gap. So I think that we do see both. It's still very possible Shedeur wins this battle. We don't see Watson at all. But if Watson is named the starter, history tells us Shedeur is going to start at some point because Watson has never played a full season, not good nor healthy. Let me know in the comments section who you think should start, okay? If you think Deshaun Watson should be QB1, type DW. If you think Shedeur should be the starter from week 1 on, then let me know that by typing his initials in the comment section, SS. Gets initials in the comment section and let me know your pick for the Browns starting quarterback. Next up, we got the updates on Deshaun Watson. You won't want to miss the latest with him. But first, I want to let you guys know that PrizePicks is the place to go. If you love daily fantasy sports, player picks are on fire right now. There's no better place to cash in while watching sports than with PrizePicks. Guys, the app is really easy to use. It is so much fun. I play it every day. You just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. And the World Cup going on right now, these games have been so electric, being that they're in the U.S., and PrizePicks makes them even much more fun. That is why I made another lineup for today. This one, I feel pretty decent about. I'm going to go with the more on Hakimi passes attempted. Also going to go with the more on Mbappe shots. This is a PrizePicks discount where you can pick Mbappe to have more than 2.5 shots. And then I like the goalies to make some saves here. Goblin play for each goalie. I think we'll get a lot of shots in this one today. So that's a fun lineup I made. You can make one just like it and try to cash in while watching sports. New user offer. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use code HMA. Get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Link is in the comment section and description of today's video. It's code HMA to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. And now, time for the Deshaun Watson updates I said we would have for you guys. I am over it with Deshaun Watson, but I will give it a chance if Todd Monken says he can be close to Houston Watson. All right, I'll hear you out. But quite frankly, I'm on the shortest leash you can be on with Deshaun. Furthermore, I do think that Todd Monken is the right coach for Shedeur Sanders. You got to think about coming out of college, right? There was definitely some development to be had with Shedeur, but he had one of the best college football seasons that year, and I think Monken is a better system fit for trying to get the most out of Sanders, right? In college, Shedeur didn't play much under center, okay? College offense, and Stefanski was trying to force him into a pro-style offense, whereas Monken is kind of lets the quarterbacks play a little bit more freely, so I think it could be much better for his skill set, specifically Sanders playing in a Todd Monken offense as opposed to Kevin Stefanski, and that could go for Watson as well, honestly. He was doing that in Houston. Now, what about the good and bad news on Deshaun Watson? Let's talk about it, and we're going to start with the bad news because it is pretty jarring in a sense. Some people might not think it's a big issue. Well, check this out. Mary Kay Cabot says that I think Deshaun Watson needs to get some proper rest over the break because I thought his arm seemed to tail off a little. Maybe he got the slightest bit of fatigue in his surgically repaired shoulder. Oh, no. The shoulder's acting up already? I mean, that is a massive red flag. The biggest red flag when it comes to Deshaun Watson. We don't even have pads on yet. We don't even have pass rush. We're on a break right now, and Mary Kay's saying, I think he's got to rest that shoulder that he had surgery on. This is Watson's biggest red flag. For anybody that was watching Deshaun Watson, you know he had to be shut down for the season in 2023 because of that shoulder injury. And, kind of rushed back a little bit to play the Colts, came out there, threw an interception, and had to leave the game. Could not return. And they had to shut him down. P.J. Walker actually ended up winning that game for us. It was fantastic. But I know some of you will remember that happening in 2023. Deshaun Watson, though, told us he is fully healthy. Okay, he had a press conference for the first time in nearly 2 years, and he was saying he felt like himself again. Take a look. I'm just trying to play a full season, man. I'm just trying to be healthy so I can play all 17-plus games, and I do feel ready. I feel good. Now I am fully healthy and ready to go. This last year, I was able to conquer that. I haven't been 100% since that Tennessee game in 2023 where he got hurt. So he told us he is finally healthy. And now Mary Kay is saying his arm's tailing off a little bit. Looks like he needs to rest that shoulder. It's just definitely alarming, especially if Watson is going to be the starter. So be honest with me. in the comment section. Are you concerned about Deshaun Watson starting for the Cleveland Browns? Let me know in the comment section by typing Y for yes and for no after seeing what you've seen from him in years past, and also this little report from Mary Kay that the shoulder might be acting up again already. But if this shoulder issue is something that spirals, develops into a big issue again, and Shedeur continues to close this gap, we might just get a 17-game season of Shedeur Sanders starting. I mean, it could certainly play out that way if things continue to go this way with Watson's shoulder and Shedeur improving, so stay tuned for that. Last thing I said I'd tell you was a positive update on Deshaun Watson, and that is from Pro Football Talk. They have confirmed the number that the Browns will receive in insurance relief from the Watson addendum they took out. Check it out. Per the source with whom we collaborated, the actual cap credit for the games missed in 2023, 2024, and 2025 will be $25.8 million. So not as high as the original over $80 million they were talking about, but it's more than the $9 million that over the cap tried to tell us. So you get a little balance there in the middle. Might still feel a little low given how many games he missed for us, but at least the Browns had that little insurance clause and are getting some relief for it. That's the point, right? We're getting something back, some cash and cap space credit for this awful Watson contract all in all. And that'll do it for this morning's show, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Browns Report. I'll have another video coming out for you later today, so stick around. Don't miss that. Hit the subscribe button and turn those notifications on. It's free. I've been your host, Joey O'Donohue, and I appreciate you all watching. I'll see you next time.